Hello and welcome to Slightly Impressive Vlog Every Day in April. My name is Grifter and it's April 10th. I don't think I can count that as doing it correctly. I definitely said like half a syllable of ninth, but no, it is in fact the 10th. I hope it was a good one for you, or will be a good one. If you're in a place where most of today hasn't happened yet, I hope it's a great one for like people in Australia. Sorry, if you didn't have a good 10th, it's just too late for you. So good luck with the 11th, I guess. What are we talking about? Today's Would You Rather is kind of a generic one, but it's a fun one to answer, right? You don't know because you don't know what it is yet, so you can't answer right or wrong. But here we go. Okay. Would you rather be invisible? Oh, would you rather have the power of invisibility? I'm assuming like you can control it, right? Or would you want to be able to fly? So this is just like two classic superpowers, right? When people say like, what superpower would you want? Usually people say one of these two. So some things to consider. Being invisible, it would really suck if you couldn't control it, but I'm going to assume you can control it. Otherwise, it's not really a superpower. It's like a horrible disability, right? Light just goes through you. That would be horrible. If you could control it, like, yeah, I mean, there's always jokes about, like, you'd, like, go to the women's locker room or something. No. Why? Really? Really, guys? No. But you could use it for so many practical things. Like, you could be a really awesome PI, right? Or a spy for the CIA or something. You would make a lot of money doing this. Of course, you would have to do this in a way... I wonder what would happen if you walked into the CIA offices and applied and you were like, also, I can turn invisible. Like, it says that on my resume here. And at that point, they're going to be like, you're insane, sir. Please leave. Or they would escort you out. I mean, there's CIA agents everywhere. It's the CIA. But if you could actually do it right there, right? You'd be like, hey, this is my resume. It says here I can turn invisible and watch. Bam! Invisible. Now, we're totally getting off of that train of thought and going to a new one, okay? So just strap yourselves in and be ready for that. How does that actually work, though, if you could turn invisible? Is it just you, your organic material, or is it, like, things that you touch? Because, I mean, usually it's like, if you see something on TV or whatever, like, their clothes can be invisible, too. It's either that or, like, they have to be naked to be actually invisible, right? But even then, it's kind of weird because, like, what is actually you? Like, most of your cells, like, most of what you see of a person is, like, dead stuff, right? Like, it's dead skin and, like, fingernails and hair and stuff. So, I mean, can you control that being invisible? It's not even alive. So, like, you turn invisible and just suddenly there's just dead skin everywhere that people see. Like, that's gross. Or, really, what you actually are is just a brain, right? It doesn't do any good to make your brain invisible. So, it would have to be like you can control what you touch. Like, how much of what you're touching turns invisible. But then, there has to be some kind of limit to it, or you can just make anything invisible. You can make your whole house invisible. You can make the whole planet invisible. Like, you can't... That's just getting crazy now. You can't do that. We have to have reasonable levels of invisibility here. So, I'm gonna assume there's like a mass limit, right? Of what you can manipulate the molecules of to let light just pass right through it, right? So it's gotta be more than just your body... And you have to be able to control it, but it can't be so much that you can make, like, large other objects invisible along with you. Those are the rules. Anyway, back to the CIA. I think it would be great. I think you'd get the job on the spot. Maybe. Or maybe they would throw you in an institution and do tests on you forever. Which brings me to the flying portion of this discussion with my phone. If you can fly, like, that would be really fun, right? But it would also attract a lot of attention. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to just walk out to your front yard and just take off and be fine, and no one's going to notice. Like, you can't do this on a regular basis. You're going to show up on radar, probably, maybe, I don't know. You're going to interfere with, like, air traffic. It's a problem. You can't just go around flying. you're going to be apprehended and studied. Can they really do that? What if that really happens? What if there are people with superpowers? I mean, with the internet, it would get around. We would know. We would know. Okay, anyway. What would I... You would have... Maybe if you only did it at night and you were really secretive about it. But then, I mean, that takes all the fun out of it. It would be really great to just fly to work, but really you can't do that. You couldn't live a normal life if you suddenly had flying powers, right? So I'm going to go with invisibility, and we're going to go with just totally practical, like I'm going to get me a job. I'm going to try not to be a lab study rat guinea pig. So that's my plan for that one. Alright, but also, like, if I could fly, I was thinking about this earlier. Do you think... I was wondering if I would do, like, the Superman thing with arms out in front, or more like Goku, where you're just, like, arms to the side and you're just, like, looking at where you're going. I think I'd have arms out front. Like, it looks hokey, but I don't know. Like, if it's just face first, I'd be afraid, like, if a bird flew in front of me or something, like, it's... I mean, these are things to consider. If you're considering, like, flying or invisibility, you have to work these things out, okay? That's all I'm saying. I think Superman... had reasons for doing this, even though he's invincible as well. Like, a bird hits him in the face, it wouldn't matter, but still, like, it would still be annoying, right? You got to think about these things. So invisibility, I don't know if I even said invisibility is what I would choose. Let me know what you would choose. If you have a would you rather that you might, you know what I'm saying. You know the end of that sentence. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time, which is tomorrow. I messed up the outro too. Today's horrible. It's just bad. Okay, bye. At least I got the bye in there, the whole thing this time, okay?